Mm-hmm.
And my story comes out of Law 360, and the headline is Judge Won't Give Vape Company Win in Big Chief Trademark Suit. Now, as I took a look at this, one of the things I've done over the last few months is to introduce people to phases of litigation. When you first file a complaint, you have the pleading phase, then you go out and do discovery, ask questions, and take depositions and shit like that. And then you can file motions if you think you can win without having to have a trial. This case came up as what we call a motion for summary adjudication or summary judgment. I mean, there's no triable issue of material fact here. And the case grows out of a guy named Samuel Kim and a company he owns, Cali Blue Sky Investments, claiming that they own the Big Chief trademark. They put it on tobacco, I think, going back to 2013. And then somewhere around 2018, 2019, it hooked up with a company that's called ARJS LLC. And what it turns out is that they collaborated together to put Big Chief trademark on cannabis products. Okay? And Big Chief apparently had previously had that trademark on some clothing, but it was never registered. Okay? And as I'm reading through this, it turns out that these idiots had verbal agreements for trademarks. And you read that, and the first thing is a red flag goes off is a shit sandwich is coming. As soon as you have people do handshakes or claim their handshakes to do, licenses for trademarks and irrevocable use and stupid shit like that, you just got to get concerned. Well, they went in on the plaintiffs filed a summary adjudication motion claiming there's no triable issue of material fact. The judge stuck a boot up their ass about 3 feet. Said, hang on, hang on. You guys admit that you brought this other company in to use the trademark. You didn't continuously and exclusively use it. They filed for what we call a statutory trademark in California because in 2020, after this use had been accomplished and they split up, they went in and tried to register the trademark. Well, there's a presumption that the register of the trademark owns it, but it's rebuttable by facts that it was being shared and it wasn't continuous and exclusive use. The judge said, "No, this ain't going to work." And they also cited to things in papers they filed, and the judge said, there is no such paragraph. The deposition doesn't say that. He was a little irritated, or she actually was a little irritated at the attorneys here. But the big news to come out of this is that if you are running a business using a trademark, you need to get that intellectual property secured. I recommend you get an IP attorney to help you get the trademarks registered across the U.S. Patent and Trade Office, typically for merch, hats and shirts and shit like that. But California allows you to register these. Once you register them, put your licensing agreements in writing. If you think you can do a handshake deal or trademarks and things like that, and think that it's going to survive you having a fallout with your partner and the pissing matches that follow, you have lost your mind. I call these liars contests. Because if I go into court and I don't have anything in writing, then it's up to the personality of the person in the witness stand as to who a jury believes, and you may lose your ass just because you're just not credible on a witness stand as somebody else is. So the story here is that if you run a cannabis business, especially, and you think you have a trademark, you need to get your ass to an attorney and get this shit secured and get it registered. And then make sure that you have licensing agreements in writing that cover expected fallout between you and your partners. Okay? Because that's why we have these agreements. If you're getting along, nobody needs a written agreement. But just like relationships, sometimes the stinky breath in the morning gets real old and you go, "You're out of here, bitch, I'm done." And these businesses, the claim was him was stealing money. Oh, I've never heard that in the cannabis industry. People are skimming money. Okay. On the other side, Kim's claiming, oh, you were out selling the black market and you weren't, testing for pesticides and you diminished the brand that I'd brought forward. Okay. All of these things happen every damn day in this industry. And if you're not planning for them, you're going to end up paying a lot of attorney's fees to try and fix a shit sandwich that never should have been made in the first place. I want to back at you. What do you all think about this?
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Get your shit. Yeah,
Some of the
age old adage to give people, man. Get your shit in writing and make sure if you have anything of purpose of value,
Mhm.
register that shit.
Exactly.
Register that shit, and you'll be protected like down the line. I was speaking with big shout out to Sheila over at Aura IP Law, man. I was talking to her like this weekend at Blunt Talks here in LA, exactly about that. Get yourself a good IP law or patent attorney
Mhm.
early on in the process before you even tell people what your name is,
Mhm.
before you tell people what these products are going to be. Get that shit registered because you will end up getting got.
Mhm. That that is inevitable, Rico. I totally agree. Yeah,
Right?
I totally recommend Sheila with Aura IP Law as well. She has been helping us out with some of our stuff over here too, here at High and Nine News. So we want to send her much love and appreciation for all the work that she does over there, without a doubt. With that,
Well, attorneys are expensive,
yeah, they are.
just to be clear. But what I tell my clients is it's better to spend a few $1,000s today,
Then
okay,
hundreds of
to
thousands
secure
tomorrow.
your IP rights and get contracts for licensing. Because once you get into litigation, the attorney's fees are just difficult to predict, and you can't stop them unless you're going to throw your hands up and walk away. Attorney's fees turn up to be in the six figures to try and
Hmm.
protect this. And unless you have a contract for prevailing party attorney's fees, you're going to eat all these fees. It just doesn't make sense. And the traditional market had a lot of wink, wink, nod, nod, handshake agreements because you understood if somebody in the industry, they're liable to get a cap popped in their ass.
Hmm.
Okay. Now in the legal industry, that, even though we talk about popping a cap in somebody's ass, it's not really a good option. You end up in court. And that's where you lose the narrative. The attorneys suck you dry.
Hmm.
You may walk out of there with absolutely nothing but an empty bank account.
Yep.
So don't
Yep.
do it. Plan this ahead of time.
100%, you guys, without a doubt. I'm gonna roll into this to this next story for you guys while we got a little bit of time left.